The Green Bay Packers may be most known for their mantra of being committed to excellence. A winning culture is important in sports, and the culture around the Green Bay Packers may be the best. This attribute of the organization can best be credited to their strong legacy of coaching. From the founder Curly Lambeau to the Iron Man Vince Lombardi, and the recent successes of Mike Holmgren and Mike McCarthy, the Packers have almost always hired coaches that are committed to this culture of excellence. Although there are many Packers coaches worth telling the story of, Vince Lombardi stands as the true titan of Green Bay Packer football. Although Curly Lambeau may have started the Packers and even won countless championships as a player and coach, Vince Lombardi can be most recognized for creating the Packers' way of football, conduct, and culture. Legendary coach Vince Lombardi may be the most iconic figure in all of Green Bay's storied history. His steely demeanor, expectation of nothing short of excellence, and tactical brilliance is well documented.
What the hell's going on out here? Everybody grabbing out there. Nobody tackling. Just grabbing, everybody. Grab. Nobody tackling.
However, many may not know of his background or his revolution of the treatment of the players in the NFL. Lombardi was born in 1913 in Brooklyn, New York. Very early in his time, Lombardi would figure out the three most important parts of his life that he would continue to champion for the rest of his life: religion, family, and football. In 1933, Lombardi would accept a football scholarship to play at Fordham University, where he started on the offensive line, despite being undersized for his position. Lombardi would play all 4 years, but would not continue playing football past college. His first 2 years out of college were marred by failure in business and further schooling until he took a job coaching high school football. He was so successful, he was then hired to be an assistant football coach for Army at West Point Academy. It was here that Lombardi would develop his now famous hard-knock style of coaching with an emphasis on accountability. After leaving Army, Lombardi would go on to be an assistant coach for the New York Football Giants, until the struggling Green Bay Packers knocked at his door and hired him as their head coach to turn the team around. Vince Lombardi instilled a culture of winning in Green Bay that exists still to this day.
The Dallas Cowboys and for the whole world.
That's right. Al, this is the big game of the year, and we're real happy we're going to play in Green Bay. Let me say that. And our field is going to be in good shape because unless something happens to that electric blanket we have out there.
In fact, Vince Lombardi was the coach who insisted that the capital G be put on the Packers' helmet. Lombardi would commonly explain that the G did not stand for Green Bay, but for greatness, a constant reminder of his players of the goal that they were striving to achieve. Vince Lombardi was also known for his harsh demeanor, though. Many of his players feared him, and one even said he treated all players equally, like dogs. But what many people do not know is Lombardi's legacy of treating all of his players with respect.
This is my pride and joy out here, this field here. Let's not cut it up. The best one right there. That was the best one right there.
During this time, the NFL did not have an active color barrier. However, even into the 60s, many NFL teams did not sign players of color to their roster. However, Lombardi was actively against this practice. Lombardi was committed to excellence and finding the best players of all backgrounds. He often would say he viewed his players as neither black nor white, but Packer green. Lombardi was also among the first to support all sexualities in football as well. Lombardi was well known to fire any member of his staff that he saw condemning someone for being homosexual. He demanded not only accountability from his team and staff, but also the utmost respect for all people. Lombardi's efforts of respect and holding players accountable led him to be one of the most respected coaches of all time. It wasn't just personal success that followed Lombardi, however, as he was also one of the most decorated coaches of all time. In his career, he only lost a single playoff game and never coached his team to a losing season.
Hey, what about that now?
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
What are they doing through the center of that line out there? Too much out there!
Winning 3 straight championships, including the first 2 Super Bowls. Shortly after his death in 1970, the NFL decided to commemorate him by naming the trophy that each team strives for, the Vince Lombardi Trophy, for his legacy both on and off the field. Lombardi would die in 1970, but would continue to be an icon to this very day. In 2010, a biographical Broadway play was performed about his life. Along with his importance in popular culture, he is also still held as the gold standard in coaching of creating a winning culture to a team, as well as his commitment to pure excellence and his unprecedented run of success in Packer green.